flowing through that duct goes somewhere that it's not supposed to go. That's a big number. Most of the green building programs we talked about for new construction require 6% or less. So we've made a big jump there. Electrical penetrations through walls. Wires go through top plates and bottom plates and out into unconditioned spaces like attics and crawl spaces and basements, and air goes through those holes and penetrations. Floor and ceiling connections and roof connections. You're supposed to be talking about this right now. You want to take it over from me?
Sorry, you're doing really well.
See, I told you, I just get on the roll and you do.
So, the issues that he was just talking about, if those issues aren't dealt with, these are the problems that occur. We have wind entry into our houses. We have rain entry into our houses. Groundwater penetration through the foundation. Radon gas. This is an interesting one. We're going to get into that a little bit. Uncomfortable temperatures. Whenever you have wind blowing on your house, you probably notice that the temperature drops inside of your house a lot faster than when the wind is not blowing. There's a very specific reason for that. And then, of course, humidity, bugs, and pests. There you go. Okay, so to understand all these things more effectively, we need to let's take a look at some of the key components. So this is where we get into the building science parts, the building science components. One more. Okay, forces on your home. We already talked about wind. This is a big one when it comes to energy efficiency in your homes. Typically, since the 70s, we've learned fairly well that you've got to put insulation in your house in order to keep it warmer, keep you more comfortable in your space. What we haven't done traditionally since the 1970s is understand how does wind affect, how does air gaps in your house, how does that affect what's going on in the house. And I'm just going to give you some basics here. What happens, let's just say on this little house right here, if we've got wind blowing in this direction, we've all of a sudden got positive pressure on these surfaces. The wind is going to flow around the perimeter of the house, and on this side we're actually going to have negative pressure. Fairly simple concept. What's happening when that happens is this. You're getting airflow in all the cracks and crevices, meaning where your floor meets your wall, and it's entering on this side and leaving the house on this side. And as it does that, a number of things are happening. You're displacing the warm temperatures that you have inside your house. You're taking them and you're pushing them outside the house. Another thing that's interesting that happens is this, is that when you have airflow moving through your house and you have a basement or a crawl space, you're creating negative pressure inside that house. Even though you've got positive pressure over here and negative pressure over here, you're pushing the airflow through the house, which means this is a negative pressure. So as we all know, when you have a room that has positive pressure and a room that has negative pressure, those two rooms try to equalize, which is where we're going now.